Okay, welcome. And I know it's a bit of an odd time to do a stream and all the rest of the guys are sitting upstairs in Discord and so on. I'm sure some of you will catch on very quickly somewhere along the line that I'm busy online and on YouTube. Anyway, for those of you watching the video afterwards, welcome indeed. I'm busy setting up the flight, as you guys can see. So I'm busy checking. I want to check what time it is there in Palm Springs. Springs, if I can write it. Time 06:46. All right, so we are on the correct time there, real time. All right. So I'm not sure how many flights I am going to do now. I'm not sure if you can hear my wife in the background, but she's still giving orders. She's working today. It's a public holiday and all, but she's working. She's asked me to do some stuff for her as well, so I'm just gonna run that in the background. She needs me to do a couple of scans, so there it goes. All right, so we're going to fly Palm Springs to San Francisco. Most of the guys upstairs are already busy doing that flight. It is something where I came in to the party too late. I think some of them might actually be landing already. That's how far ahead they are. We'll see. It's just now. So Navigraph. There's Navigraph. That's our route. I was listening into some of their conversation, and I think they did not use a SID. I found a SID, so I'm going to use a SID if possible. Hello, Carl. Good afternoon and good morning to you. All good, sir. I hope you are well. All right, something's happening. Yeah, will do, will do. And now that I see your name, I know I owe you some liveries, I think, still, eh? I do apologize. Not my intention to ignore you, but it's been hectic here at work and personal crises upon crises. So if you don't hear from me soon, just prod me again. But I know I promised I'll give it to you. And there we go. This is the rocking that I was talking about. I don't know if you guys can actually notice it. It feels like we are on a wave. Look at this aircraft. It is rocking, man. It's not as bad as it was. Magnus, Andre, if you're watching this, it's not as bad as it was, but I mean, it's noticeable. You can see it's noticeable. This aircraft's rocking.
I am ready for electrical power-up procedure.
So, just to refresh everybody, this is my settings. So it's nothing fancy, just basically stock standard. The only way to get rid of the rocking is to just switch the turbulence off. Yes, Carl. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it for now. If it disconnects the ground power, for instance, which is possible, if it moves too much, see, look at that. Okay, now let's look at the actual METAR. Let me get that on the screen as well. Weather briefing. KPSP, KSFO. There you go, gents. So we are looking at an 8-knot wind, and the 8 knots is like gale force almost. Look at that. Anyway, that's it. Right. Get everybody loaded up so long. Right. Anyway, so I'm in not much of a rush, to be quite honest. So if I do take a bit longer to do something, it's just one of those things, guys. Just bear with me. We'll get it going as soon as we are able. Yeah, we're just going to take it easy. Anyway. So. That. Hello, SK-san. I am, but the XP Realistic I showed in the previous screen, I took it way down, way down. This is not the normal breathing and things that happens. This is actually from the wind. Trust me, I've tested this. But just for the record, we can go back and have a look quickly. Natural movements, you see it's down low. I can switch it off. You see it's still moving. It's got nothing to do with it, really. This is due to the wind / turbulence, or whatever you want to call it, in Explain and with xEnviro. So Uncle John is flying as well now. He's doing the same route, but he's way ahead of me, and he's actually had to switch his xEnviro off already because it's just too hectic. He literally loses his autopilot so much it rocks and rolls and gets bank angle warnings and things. So what Magnus said last night is they are aware of it. Okay, it's not news for them. And according to what I understand, this is already fixed in the new version, the 121 that's coming for xEnviro. But it's nice to have something on the record to show and to point the development guys to and say, well, look, there it happened, So that's all it is for me. It's a nice to have at this moment. Right. So, setting up my map quickly. That was obviously, sorry, I had it on the wrong screen. That was obviously for my little map. That's now done. All right, so there we go.
Guys, the wheel's on board.
I have not even started my STKP yet. Oh yes, my wife's waiting for her email. Let me just send that off quick. 1 more second for that. Okay. Hey Rob, send. Close that. And let's get STKP going. Right, so this is suggesting 340 for our flight level. Let's have a look. So, get the ACARS out the way. Fuel 6.2. Paul, are you still there?
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Alright, that's done. That's done. Let's check what does this thing look like. Yeah, just a silly question quickly. I mean, I suppose you have, but just for interest's sake, you've probably been to Palm Springs and San Francisco. So you would have a good idea of the scenery being you know, correct and all. This is the Orbx version of Palm Springs, and in SFO it's the short final design, you know, Mr. X. I think that's what he used to call himself. Anyway, so the links are in the description below the video. Yeah, excellent. No, that's good. That's good. Excellent, excellent. Always good to hear that. That's why I'm asking. Okay, okay. Strange enough, of all the places in the US, I think Palm Springs is one of the places that's just always in the flight simulator. You know, it's like Catalina Island. It's Palm Springs, Catalina Island, and there's one or two others, but they've always just had an allure for me. If I could ever get there, I'd love to go see. Maybe one day.
Flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Carmel by the sea. Ooh, okay. I have to look that one up. Yeah, my kind of place, it sounds like. Ah, okay. I wonder if that's the same place Uncle John was telling me about. Uncle John told me a story of Clint Eastwood, the town where he was mayor and he went to visit and all those things. That's probably the same place. Ooh, I'm going to have to redo that. I never renamed my uplink file. Oops. Yeah, I'm dying to see what this actual departure is going to do. It just looks so cool. That's why I want to do it. I haven't read the chart, so if you know better and Boeings don't do it, then don't laugh. It's just, I just saw it and I thought, I want to do that. See if there's any limits. Look as if they're barring a 737 from flying it. I don't see any mention. I look at some of those speeds mentioned there could even be a fighter flying it, so anyway, it's okay. 986. Okay, I'll do the performance and then I'll come back because I can virtually guarantee we're going to have to slow down the speed on this or it won't make all those turns. Just have too much power.
Ready for pre-flight procedure. Trim up.
Hello, Ross. The assumed temperature is a thumb suck that I do based upon my experience. It ranges from 31 up to 70, and I just, through experience, I've got quite a reasonable idea of what it should be. If you want it more accurately, then I would recommend you have to use something like TopCat to actually calculate it for you. The main aim for me is just to get off the ground as fast as possible without going full 100% on the N1 there. So I just kind of thumb suck it. Right. Let's quickly see. Heading. Yeah. What we used to do in the old days, okay, is this. Let me give you a quick idea. What we used to do is we used to just multiply the temperature here, all right? So that would give us like 32. Now, if you understand, the bottom limit is like 30, 31, and the top limit is like 70. So you can't use it in freezing temperatures. You have to use a bit of common sense. This comes with experience, all right? So if we look at that of 20 times 2 is going to be 40. If we make it 40, it's going to give us a certain N1. If we make it 31, it's going to give us a certain, N1 setting. So for me at this point in time, this is an xEnviro problem, obviously, that is going up and down like that. It's not supposed to do that. But anyway, the issue is, let's just make it simple. If it was 16 times 2, it would be 32. If it's 17, it's 34. If it's, you understand? So it's like a rule of thumb that we used to use in the old days. And then just suck your thumb and you get a reasonable idea. All right. But the lower that SEL is, the more power you're going to have. The higher the SEL is, the less power you're going to have. So again, it comes down to, just experience, I suppose. I'm glad I actually have this discussion with you because I never picked up on this, but this is definitely a bit of an issue. I just want to quickly see if we can maybe clear the weather a little bit. Just go to clear. By the chain. Luminek. If this thing crashes out now, I'm going to be upset, but it looks like it's going to crash out now. It's dead. Yeah, it crashed out. Ah. Okay, just hang tight. I'm going to start it up again. Okay, Carl, enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you as always. Right, so let's do it this way now. We're going to clear it. We're going to make sure there's nothing there just to give xEnviro a better fighting chance. We want to be back at stand 11. Fire up. Another interesting thing about that SEL temperature in the real world, if your EFB and the actual calculations versus the FMC is out by 2 degrees, you can't use it. Legally, it's not allowed. So there's some very strict rules about it in this flight simulator. Much of a muchness, but in the real world, the guys are very sticky with it.
Hello Cap. Nice to see you again. Please remember to start the ACARS.
I'm not going to bother with all the fancy stuff now. Let's just load up and get going. Yes, yes. The higher you make the SEL, the less your N1 will be. So what happens is it's going to reduce the N1, so you will have a longer life on the engine and so on, but you'll have less power. You know, the more you rev that engine, obviously, whoo, look at this thing swaying. You know, the more you're going to have to service it and pay attention to it. So, you know, that's part of why they invented it in the first place, was to actually, you know, prolong the engine life. But then it obviously brought the problem with it that, you know, you could kill yourself if you didn't have obstacle clearance and all these other fancy things, you know, so.
Guys, the Leo's on board.
Ross, it's not you, man. Don't worry about it. I'm using xEnviro in the beta explain, and they said we shouldn't, so it's more my fault. I just can't use the Zibo properly if I don't have all the beta features. So that is what it is. There is obviously now an inherent instability that we just have to, you know, contend with, but not your fault. Don't sweat it. All in all, when things like this happen, it is more ammunition that we can give to all the developers, you know, because, I mean, I can virtually guarantee you that it crashed out because xEnviro or X-Plane itself, you know, either or, actually modified the art controls. And that seems to be a bit of a problem. So, you know, now I've got something to tell the guys again. So it's not a loss, really. It's frustrating, but it's not a loss. I'll try and load up a little bit quicker than before. Was 17 to... It's like we're at the radio, eh? Look at this aircraft just bouncing up and down. Hope he's enjoying himself. Okay, so that is set. We don't need to pull the fuel truck. Right, okay. So let's have a look, see if this thing is moving again. Obviously, there is wind going through those fans, so we have some rotation there. Yeah, the temperature is changing. So again, that's something else I can now report. Okay. Right, I know all the rest is correct, so I'm just going to quickly scan that and move on. That's fine. It's fine. Yes. Route 3, that's correct. 1.7. It's 20. Yeah. v5.7. And 8. Right, so quickly, if you are still here, Ross, let's run through this, right? So what I want, you see, we currently at peak performance will be at 99.9 on N1. So what I want to do is let's go for 40. And you'll see, look, it reduces. The higher it goes, it reduces the N1 for us. I wonder why it's flickering like that.
Right, mate.
Yeah, what's it? What? Did you land?
No, I just wondering why you were come down here.
Because I'm streaming on YouTube.
I do apologise.
No problem. Okay, don't worry about it. It's fine. Did you land already or are you still flying?
No, I'm in descent.
Okay, cool. My aircraft here on the ground itself, it is swaying and going crazy like a maniac. Eh?
Crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, we'll talk about it later. So,
Okay.
so one of the things that we have currently, and this is why it's refreshing, I've just noticed, it's because the outside air temperature is changing. You see, the Zibo calculates the N1 based upon that.
Okay.
And that's why it's changing. Uncle John, this xEnviro, MAKRS needs to bring out the service pack quickly. It's doing crazy things to the Zibo.
You're not kidding, it is.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm busy talking to a guy here called Roz, a new friend here on YouTube. So we're looking at the different N1s and things. But at this current rate, it's driving us nuts.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. So I'm going to continue this side.
Yeah, okay. I'll talk to you in a bit.
No worries. Okay, so what I do is I obviously want, my engine to last a little bit longer. So it's going to bring it a little bit down if we do a derated takeoff. Come on. See, now it's even lower. You see. So that temperature coupled with your presets over here is going to drastically change the N1. That's typically why I would suggest use TopCat. Get some calculation going there. But we're going to move on. It's not the end of the world. I just wanted to practically demonstrate to you. All right, so that's what we have right now.
Pre-flight procedure.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cut cutback takeoff. So a bit of a noise abatement procedure, and obviously it's going to cut back drastically on the N1 there to 82.9%. It's all in lieu of that sharp turn that we need to do, that little teardrop. So we want the aircraft to slow down. We want it not to overspeed so that it can actually make. Oh man, that's not what I wanted. And now I missed the index button. It's so that we can actually make our turns. Right, so I just want to quickly see, yes, we've got slow climb. Actually, we can have fast climb. We don't care about that, but we want to be derated and we want to be slow enough, and then the cutback gets in. All right. Yes, runway available versus weight. All right, and then the last factor is your obstacle clearance. There are laws governing your obstacle clearance. You need to be able to clear 50 or 100 foot, depending on the runway and the circumstances, after rotation. So for that all to happen, that's why there's calculations that needs to be done, and why we suggest using Topcat or something. But I'm sitting with more than 8,000 hours on this type. So, you pick up a couple of thumb sucks and suck it. There you go. There you go. Right. It's very interesting. But we understand. Okay. Right. Sorry, talking to myself now. Okay, so let's go back to the legs list. I need to make sure that we're going to be really slow enough to do these turns. Eugenio, welcome. That sounds nice. I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad we can help you with some of these things. Right, I just want to see where those turns happen and to what extent we can just block them a little bit. So at PSP, see, by the time we get back to PSP there, it wants to be at 250. Let's see the radius a little bit. How far is that? Okay, so it's a bit of a wide turn. It's going to be there. Okay. What I'm going to do this. So 185 and below erase. 185 below / right there. Let's make it PSP. Actual fact, I'm gonna erase that. I'm gonna go and make it even. I'm gonna put it in both because that's so quick on each other's heels. I mean, we're going to take off and turn. By the time we get there, we don't necessarily want to be that fast, right? Then, right, we're obviously going to climb. That's a bit of a wide turn. I can see that. So it expects us to be at that point already at 13,000. That is interesting. Okay, I'm happy with that. So the first two, we definitely, the turn and the first waypoint, we're going to block the speed at. Okay, and then we're going to let it go. As of PSP VOR, we're going to let it go and see what the aircraft does. Okay, but we did our best for now. Hello, Tommy. Welcome. Right, so 147. Oh yes, I still wanted to set 310 this hour on my heading. Then
Trim up.
Right, that's Linda doing her thing. Why are we not pulling back? Come on, Jetway. I'm gonna laugh
Departure
if
cross
it's
check and on
stuck.
call, thank you.
Right, so better push back.
Ground to cockpit, where do you want us to put you? Ground to cockpit, the tow's driving up now.
Go. Right. Beacon on. Ah, there goes the jetway the moment the beacon came on.
All doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now. All doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now. All doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now. Tows connected and bypass pins inserted. Release the brakes. Okay, push is commencing. Go ahead and start the engines.
Before start procedure.
Before start procedure. Before start procedure complete.
Start number 2
Ready for
engine.
before start checklist.
Start number 2 engine. What do you mean you don't understand me? Start number 2 engine. Ah, can't be doing that.
Operations complete. Set the brakes. Stand by. We're disconnecting the tow now.
Speed brake up. Starting number 2 engine.
Ah,
25 N2.
Yeah, Tommy.
Toes disconnected and bypass pin removed. Signals on the right. We'll see you.
I get a feeling that with the post-nasal drip and this little bit of a cold that I have, that my voice doesn't always sound correct. So Microsoft voice recognition just doesn't like it. No, Paul. No. What happened was they started this particular flight and I was late. And then I decided, I'm going to stream it. So obviously I'm sitting in the streaming room. Yeah, just one of those things. They know they can come and join me anytime. U988. Oh, SFX, hello. Hello. Welcome. Start number 1 engine. See, now she hears me. It's like the mic just needs to be at the right, place in relation to my mouth, and then obviously my voice. If it doesn't sound like the way it should, then she doesn't want to listen. And it's a Microsoft speech recognition. We're doing okay. How are you doing, SFX?
(25N2). Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Tell you what, this boat on this wave is going to drive me nuts.
Flaps 5 set.
Look at this thing. Sorry for the guys with motion sickness. Just look away until we're in the air. Right though. So far so good. Hello, Thunder. Let's go.
Taxi lights on.
Paul, it's not really. I think there was an 8-knot wind earlier. Currently it's 10 knots. So it's not the end of the world. But xEnviro does two things. This wind is a bit excessive. It's like, just too much. And then if you look at the true air temperature there on the ND, not the ND, the upper ACAS over there, okay, you'll see that the temperature is fluctuating very much up and down, up and down, up and down. So, yeah, we're paying attention, and I'm also obviously going to report what I see, so all good. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Yeah, SFX, this is obviously now not on the same level yet as we know it in 11. Yes. So they are busy bringing in all the features of 1.18 back into 1.21 and beyond. It did, yes, and that's because of the outside air temperature changing the whole time. So the Zibo is chasing its tail, trying to calculate appropriate figures for the temperature,
stabilized.
Okay, here we go.
Horizontal stabilizer trimmer not set for takeoff.
Ah, you said you did it.
Takeoff thrust set.
Woo.
Trim down. 80 knots. Throttle hold.
Ooh. Hope we make it to the air.
V1. Rotate.
Oh, let's get it there.
Positive rate.
I hope the ladies at the back has got some bath bags ready. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Acceleration altitude.
I don't think this. Yeah, I don't think this what the pilot's gonna stick. I'm gonna have to hand fly this for a while. If it will actually die down, I don't know. There's the pilot. It's on now. Let's see how long it lasts. I have got my hands on it, so the moment it tanks, I'll grab it. Well, at this point in time, oh, there it's off again. At this point in time, it is not a crosswind. It's coming from the front, but it's hectic. It's hectic. Wow. Human heck. Yeah. Now it's turning more of a crosswind, but we also gonna turn now. So. Yeah, at the one moment I think I'm still turning, and the next moment I'm turning another way.
Krister would be tough.
Well, I hope so. I hope he watches this. Krister, man flying. I'm trying to follow the FD. It is cool and scary. I just hope there's enough bath bags in the back. You know, I mean, if these people get sick, we don't want to have to wash the aircraft afterwards. You know? Andre, I'm not sure if you're watching, but I can't type. My hands are full, buddy. I'll type when I've got my hands free again. I can see you typing. Look. Yes. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is a garbage situation, I promise you. Yeah. So what I understand from last night's stream and what Magnus said, this is already fixed. Whatever is causing this, they know about it. They have fixed it already in the next iteration, but we still haven't got it, so we're waiting for it. I know. I saw your messages. I hope you got my pings on that as well. Yeah, I know. It's almost impossible to follow that flight director, I promise you. The one moment you turn left, the one moment you turn right. It's like driving a boat. You've got to counter it so it doesn't go too far, and then you realize you did go too far. Okay.
Flight level 100. Landing light switches off.
Hope it doesn't crash out now again, and I'm gonna be kind of not happy. Please don't crash now. Please don't crash now. It does, eh? It does. Okay, yeah. Well, the developer of xEnviro has just told me he's already changed this in 1.22. So, guys, if you have it, just hang in there. You'll get it soon. The problem will be gone. This is actually a nice wide turn, so it's cool. But I'm glad we did limit the speed
up
there a
and
little
set.
bit. Forgot to switch on my autos. Oh man, just noticed. um,
Approaching transition. transition.
Yeah, this is an excellent turn. It's not as sharp as I thought it was going to be. Really, I'll remember for the future. This is not a bad turn at all. It is much wider than it is on the charts. Look here. There you go. Look where we are at here at the bottom. See, this is where we are. We clearly did not make that tight turn. But we're on the magenta line, so I mean the Zibo did calculate the turn and the stuff and so on. I presume if we limited the speed all the way to 185 through the whole turn and below, it would have been much tighter than it is right now. But I can virtually guarantee you, I don't see any reference to it on the chart, but I can virtually guarantee you this is for like props, or this is not for a 737-800 this takeoff. Not this specific one, so not sure how to prove that, but if there is any real pilots from the US, they can probably bear me out on that. It just looks, it's too tight. Hello, Magnus. Yeah, welcome, welcome. I had to switch off xEnviro because I just couldn't fly with it. I'm just scared to switch it on now. I don't want to lose the flight. On the other hand, we might as well, you know. But I know you saw the comments there in Discord, so I'm not too worried. Thanks, Thunder. Magnus, damn. If Andre was here, it would have been so much easier to show him as well. On the VSI over here, your overhead, if you look at the, give me a second. On the, sorry guys. All right, sorry about that. So on this VVI over here, what happens is when xEnviro comes into play, and this is from Explain 11 already, this little needle bounces up and down, up and down, up and down. It took us a minute to figure it out, but it's because of xEnviro. I'm not sure if that is something Zibo needs to tune, or if that is something that you guys need to fix. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that that little needle on the ground, it literally goes like this. It's funny. I don't care, but you know, other people might. Thumbs up for the laughs. Well, thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. With my next flight, I'll try to remember to put my autos back on as well.
Might want to also mention to Magnus about temperature swings there when you were setting up.
Yeah, they know about it. Apparently, it's fixed in 1.22 already.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
What happened was I started talking on Discord to the developer, and Magnus is in the same room as us anyway. So we had a quick chat, and he said it's fixed already. So I'm happy with that. Temperatures, winds, all those things. So. Anyway, if there are new viewers on stream that don't know me, all right, and even some of the old ones that might have missed it, one of the things I do is I tend to generally keep things real. Okay, so if things go wrong, they go wrong. I'm not the type of person that gets too embarrassed too often. You know, there are certain things that I really think, oh man, that was just maybe a bit too far, but it's few and far between. So on this channel, you know, we do testing and we do training, and the training and the testing is mixed with entertainment, you know, so things happen. We keep it real. Guys, my doggy just wants to go out. I just need to open the door. I'll be back in a few seconds. I am back. Let's see if we're out of that bad section of the weather. See if it comes back now. Guys, if the stream breaks, we'll be back later with a better stream. Don't worry. But let's see what happens. Ana Carla Santana, hola, welcome. Should change. There's the update happening. Clouds being drawn. Woo, we're back in business. Yeah. Yeah, spawning salmon. Long time, but I'm glad you made your way back. Nice to see you again. Hope you are well. Okay, Magnus, that sounds very professional. It sounds good. We can do that. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. And it's not, I didn't kill us, so all good, man. Yeah, Magnus, as I said there on Discord, there's a couple of very good loyal followers of the product, you know, on our side. Yeah, we're all looking forward to it, man. You're welcome, Ross. Come around again. Feel free to ask questions. You must never be shy to ask, and thank you for your questions. I'm sure a lot of people learned something today. Oh well, eh? Look after yourself. All right, let's have a look outside. Ooh, there's a square. You were asking about it the other day. There's one. Haven't seen one of those in a while. I'll show you quickly. Stick it there. Right. Papa Mike Delta. This is in California. Papa Mike Delta is the closest waypoint. We're kind of on it. So, very good timing to tell you. Papa Mike Delta. This is Palmdale, US Air Force Plant 42. There's one, there's one, there's one, and yeah, underneath us seems to be one. All depends on the perspective. seems to be more. It's longer than I would think or thought. There's the other edge. And you get another one. That helps. Oh, you're welcome. Thunder,
Yes, sir.
simple question. You've got spring there now, eh? So I suppose the snow shoveling is over for now.
Gone for now.
Must be a
No,
tremendous relief.
2024, I hope.
I beg your pardon?
I say no more until 2024, I hope.
Ah, okay. Oh, I was saying it must be a tremendous relief when it's over.
Well, we're so used to it that I don't
Yeah.
even think about it, you know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. When you grow up with it,
Yeah, it's
you get
different.
used to it. It's like anything, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. Magnus, I've mentioned it here before. You probably didn't hear that because you only recently started following more closer. But here where we live, we've had snow, and the pretension of snow maybe 3 times in my whole lifetime. I'm 49 years old, so I've seen snow or what looked like snow 3 times in my life. And I mean, within an hour of it being on the ground, it's gone. You know, there's nothing, and it doesn't go 40 centimeters deep. It's like just a covering, and it was gone. So I'm not used to snow. I don't know snow at all. For me, it's a foreign thing. When we look at our normal temperatures and stuff, you know, our winters is like the UK summer, you know, and when it drops below 19 degrees Celsius here, we put on jerseys. We want to die. Really? Wow. Now we've got the sun and the animals and things like that going for us, but the sun is the big one. Ooh. But it isn't. So close.
SL_id_0E5D0.
I wonder why that thing is bombing on that user ID.
Donated $5. A little extra for you. Testing my Streamlabs. Seems to be okay now.
See the sun about 3 times. I'll die. I promise I'll die. Anyway, whoever gave that $5, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that the system is not showing your name, but thank you.
It was me again. I was testing it. It looked like it was going to work, but it didn't work. So there you
weird. Weird. Thank you, Thunder.
Yeah, no trouble.
Yeah. I remember as a young adult reading somewhere in one of our magazines about people staying somewhere in the Scandinavian countries where there are hospitals that you can book into and go sit in lit up rooms where they bombard you so that you can, you know, get rid of the sleep hormones and, you know, all the depression and all the other stuff and put some vitamin D in you and all. You know, but it's like a magazine, and how true it is and whatever, but yeah. Yeah, now you're going to have to make a plan with vitamin D. That's very important. Over here, we use suntan lotion because we get an overdose. Some days you put on SPF 50 just to block it. You know, come on, it's enough. Another straight line for you here as well. SFX, this is xEnviro environment engine. Well, we're getting closer to top of descent, 73 nautical miles to go. I'm set up. We'll just lock down the cabin again when we get there. But I'm ready.
Actually, looks like you may have a headwind component there today, Nico.
Yeah, not full head on, but it is definitely coming there from about 2 o'clock, eh? Definitely. Headwind's 33 knots. Yeah, I didn't know that SFX. Yeah, that's interesting.
Ready for descent procedure.
Magnus, I'm looking at my next flight. The next one that I've got planned is this one. Quickly show you. This is windy.com. So I was planning on flying Vancouver up to Ketchikan over there. Right. So just as a matter of interest, if the weather isn't good, we can always change it. But that was the next one that I was planning on doing later. Why is that, Magnus? Did the developer just say no? Or is it a limitation in Explain 12 now? If you know anyway.
Approach top of descent.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. The flight after that is Ketchikan to Genoa, but that's going to be in the thick of all that bad weather that you saw just there, you know. So that was my train of thought for the day. Uh-oh. Thing froze up there for a second. I was just wondering, oops, I hope it didn't crash again. Here's the descent. So gotcha, Magnus, gotcha. Yeah, I understand. No, that's fine, Magnus. That tailwind is looking on me there. Hey, look how this right wing goes low. Stable now.
Approaching transition. Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
Afternoon, Krister. All good, yes, thank you. How are you doing? How's it, Mac?
Good day to you, sir. Was it more stable, this flight?
No, the beginning was harsh. I had to switch it off, and then in cruise I switched it back on.
Okay.
But I'm waiting for...
I've read what Magnus said,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
what's wrong with 121? Is he going to forward you
Yes,
an advance copy?
Yeah. Yeah, then we'll fly it later on if Andre can get it out to me.
Yeah, brilliant. What caused you crash first time, Nico?
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches on.
Mac, I cleared the weather, so it was just an unfortunate thing. And when I cleared the weather, the X-plane didn't like it. So just
I'm with you, okay. Yeah. Okay. See, right, are you flying through cloud? No, you're not.
I
One-
was semi, but not close enough. That's why I quickly went to look at the wing so I could show you.
Yeah. You know what I'm after seeing?
Yeah.
Whether there's still a protected sphere around the aircraft, or whether we actually see the cloud going over the wing.
Well, Magnus is here. So why don't we ask him, Magnus, will the clouds actually go over the wing and envelop the aircraft? Or is there that protective layer around the aircraft where the clouds won't actually touch the aircraft?
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. I appreciate it. It's probably quite computer intensive. So it would probably be an FPS hit. How many different kinds of whiskey have you got in your expedition then, Krista? Oh, you didn't mean P artist.
Right. We're getting closer and closer.
I'll tell you in Discord later, Krista.
Flaps 10 set.
Five.
Flaps 5 set. Localizer capture. Glide slope capture.
I don't think you're going to be able to avoid this cloud,
1000 to
Nico.
level
Get
off.
that wing view ready. Yeah. That's
Radio
what I thought.
altimeter.
It's-
Flaps 15 set.
Thank you, Tommy.
Flaps 30 set. Ready for landing checklist.
I don't know how many other people are real pilots here, but I was asked
Cabin
the
crew,
question
Take your seats, prepare for
a
landing.
real 737 pilot the other day, how many times they turned the landing lights off flying through clouds, and he said virtually never.
Yeah, he said only when it is a real problem.
Yeah, in other words, although it lights up the clouds, it tends to absorb the light, not reflect it back.
Yeah. Stampede flight simulations. Yeah, little noisy too. We're getting there. And there goes the autopilot.
1,000.
Taxi lights
1,000
on.
feet, stabilized, Mr. Wedge, altitude 7.
Yeah, shouldn't be happening, should it?
Yeah, strobes is a bugger because of the flashing, man. Yeah. Oh, it's loading scenery, I hope. Frozen. Okay, there we go.
Strobes don't always point forwards though, do they?
No, but when you have an aircraft with a strobe without problem, you've got a problem.
Oh yeah, but it tends to be to
500.
the side.
Cleared to land runway 28 right.
Flight slow.
No, it's not experialistic, Krister. Nothing to do with this. This is all on xEnviro.
400.
I did,
Do you
in fact, adjust the experialistic yesterday. That's why I know. Sorry, Mac.
300.
I was just going to say, do you still say that experialistic
decision
is
height,
worth
200.
having in X-Plane 12?
I can't fly without it. If I have a aircraft that's static in front of me, it's unreal. It's unrealistic for me. I can't fly like
50.
that.
40.
Um,
30.
well, what I was going to say is, if anybody's interested, experialistic is a considerable offer.
Reverse unlocked.
Yeah, 40% off, you
Auto
said.
brake in use.
Yeah. So if anybody's sitting on the fence, maybe a good time to buy at the moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not easily done, so. Bit
Hard on the landing,
60
but
knots.
Mac, I had to put it down there. That wind, I mean, it's up
Yeah,
and down
no.
like a bloody yo-yo. You've got to make a
Oh,
decision, you know.
yeah.
Do you go or do you stay?
Great landing.
You know, so...
You
no,
are
that was
professional.
firm, but I mean it wasn't heavy.
After landing procedure. Here, Linda. After landing procedure. It's Dave. After landing procedure. How with you then? Damn it.
After landing procedure.
Yeah, I think she's clutching something on the other side. Let's see.
She's probably just nipped off to feed her cat again.
Oh, no, she's okay.
After landing procedure complete.
Fainted. Yes.
Oh,
I had a friend many years ago. He was flying a King Air 350 with a co-pilot. Well, he was the first officer and the captain, and they got into some terrible weather. And he had to take over because the captain froze up completely, started crying like a baby. He said to me he never saw anything like that. It was just so strange for him to see that. What could you do? Some people can, some people can't. Right, so we made it.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there's no guarantee while you're doing your flight training that you're ever going to fly in bad weather.
Yep.
Flaps up and set.
And they told me he was flying in the Comores, in the islands here off the coast of Africa, and he picked up malaria. And it went so bad, all the other pilots went down, and at one point in time, they had almost no pilots, and he had to go back to work, and they forced him to fly with malaria, and he said he didn't want to, and he had to do 1 or 2 flights, and he was just so angry, and oh, feeling bad.
That is, yeah, that's marginal.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, I wouldn't
Because-
have done it.
Well, if you have a severe, because you can have malaria and not have any symptoms, but if all of a sudden you have an attack, that's, and
That's life-threatening, man.
could be, yeah. That's what I'm getting at. All of a sudden you're putting the aircraft at risk to a potentially known problem the pilot's carrying. Yeah. Probably wouldn't be allowed in a major airline.
Probably not. Look, if it wasn't an island in the ocean, it would probably. I don't think in mainland here they would allow it. Ever. Thank you, Thunder.
Oh, I
And-
know things, you know, time and place, things can go on that,
Yeah, things happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tommy, thank you for watching. Glad you liked it. Yeah, so break set, shutdown procedure.
and
Right, now
you've
she
got-
listens.
is that
Shutdown
your
procedure.
SAM parking thing working, is it?
Yeah, but this is now the short final, the new SFO scenery I got yesterday.
Yeah, but is it using the
I don't know what the hell
for
it's
the-
using. I
for
could
the
just
taxi
presume.
bit?
Yeah, I could just presume it's got something to do with SAM. I don't know.
Yeah,
Magnus, it's okay. We're all friends here. I've got a black limitless, you know, in terms of fun, little credit card here. And, you know, we'll swipe it when we have to. So do not even worry about that.
Shutdown procedure complete.
Oh, yes, we need to shut down. That's right.
Ready for shutdown checklist.
Oh, nicely done, sir.
Yeah, I liked it. With all the bumps and bruises, I can tell you one thing. If it has any value for the developers, then I'm good.
Yeah. But this is what we do, folks.
All right. So, my peoples, thank you for watching. Let me quickly just show you. This is the new scenery. You can get it. I think it was $24 or $25 from the Orc store yesterday. Depending on where you look, it's a bit heavy on frames, but it's good. It's really good quality and stuff. I'm pretty sure you can switch off the ground traffic and stuff if you really want a few extra FPS, you know, but so far so good. I like the detail. I was flying like this over here. I didn't know that this was like a, I think it's a parking structure or something. Very nicely done. Look at all these little aircon fans running and stuff. Oh, it's really nice.
Car park, isn't it? Quite a rotary one within the, yeah. Yeah, some big airport.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my story. Gents, if I get the updated xEnviro, I'll stream that. If I don't get the updated xEnviro, I'll probably do another stream anyway. But I'll give the guys a few minutes to just, you know, see if they can maybe give it to me. And like I said, my next planned flight was Vancouver to Ketchikan. So if you guys want to see another stream, just keep your eye on the YouTube channel or on Discord to see the notices if they come through. If it doesn't happen, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I've taken tomorrow off. If there is a customer looking for me, we'll obviously, you know, attend to them as it happens. But I don't foresee any major issues, so we'll probably stream again tomorrow sometime. So yeah. And I also agree, the MAKRS and the guys are doing an excellent job. I'm so grateful that we can now have this thing in X-Plane 12, this xEnviro. I mean, just look at that.
Oh, it's nice to see the developers back supporting X-Plane 12.
Absolutely. So guys, sorry, Mac, go.
I was just going to say, I don't own it, MAKRS. I own up to that. But what I've seen so far, it's possibly in my shopping list.
Yeah, I think you need to get it back. Wink,
wink. I've got to leave it to at least plus 90 days. I can't let John win this.
Oh, okay, the Darius thing. Yeah, okay. Right, cool. Okay, the wager. Anyway, all I wanted to say is, ladies and gents, go have fun. We'll talk later, if not tomorrow. Thank you for watching and thank you for sticking around. It was nice having you here. Bye for now.